Okay, there's a question here from Thompson, and he says, I'll read, it's a tweet. He says he registered in Ibadan, but now he's moved over to Lagos. He has his PVC, unlike others. And the question is, what can he, or what does he do now with his PVC if he needs to vote here in Lagos?
Well, you see, the law provides for transfer of voters. But these things also have to be done in good time. By Tuesday next week, we will be publishing the substantive register to be used for the 2015 elections. And what that means is that as I speak, that register is virtually ready. So if someone goes and seeks to transfer now, yes, you may be allowed to transfer, but you are not likely to be able to get onto that register. And once you don't get onto that register, you are not likely to be able to vote. So really my advice is that he goes to where he has been registered before now. Since he did not transfer his data before now, he is to go there and vote there.
You know, can't he go to the INEC office in Lagos, and INEC office in turn can contact Oyo State, that's Ibadan, yes, and see what they can do for him. The electorate, are you the one going back? For instance, I'm in Lagos and I left Zamfara. Do I need to go back to Zamfara to effect all of those changes? Can't I send my application to Lagos REC and they in turn reach Zamfara?
No, absolutely. You don't have to go back to where you were. If you did it in time, I was talking about the time. The process, if you did it in good time, is this. If you registered in Zamfara and you are now in Lagos, you want to vote in Lagos, if your card has been printed in Zamfara already, you owe the duty to go back and collect it. But then once you collect it, you now go to the resident electoral commissioner of Lagos to say, look, I registered in Zamfara, here is my card. And I now live in this local government area. You actually don't have to go to the REC himself. You don't have to go to Yaba, the office in Yaba. You just go to the electoral officer of the local government where you are resident. If you are in Alimosho, if you are in Ikeja, just go to the electoral officer of Ikeja and say, look, I registered in Zamfara. Now I am in Lagos. I live in Ikeja local government. I want to move my data from Zamfara to Ikeja local government. And the EO will process that to the REC, and you will be given another card.
Well, one more thing, sorry, Mark, because Ebuka wants you to clarify. He wants to know what 0 units is, and what happens to people in those units from 2011 who have no cards for the 2015 elections.
Now, for every 0 polling unit, quote and unquote, we call them 0 because maybe in the whole, out of all the people that registered there, you have less than 10 or fewer than 10 who have their data adequately captured. Now, for those people, those are the polling units that we returned to during the continuous voter registration to regather the data at the polling unit level. If you recall, the continuous voter registration was done nationwide at the ward level. But for the polling units where we call them 0 polling units because most of the people there did not have their data appropriately captured, we returned there. So what we did was virtually repeating the exercise there. And so they had the opportunity of that continuous voter registration to get their data captured again so that we can give them the cards.
Okay, how about those who, there's Oloa here who says he was among those who INEC lost their data and then they were registered late last year, that was in December 2014, and they've not gotten their cards till today.
No, you see, INEC lost the data is the same thing as saying the data were not appropriately captured, especially the fingerprints. Those are the ones that we say should come back to register during the continuous voter registration. If he has registered during the continuous voter registration, I can give him the assurance that your card is being produced. The only challenge is if you did not register during the CVR.
We're going to ask, I mean, that process you're talking about, you know, if I registered in Zamfara and I have my card and I now live in Lagos, how long does it take for me to get a new card?
Now, that is why these things needed to be done on time. Because when you now transfer, the commission will have to retrieve, in actual fact, as you are applying to transfer, you are submitting the card that you had. So the commission has to reissue you a card. And these cards have to be produced. If you are done it, many people have transferred, and their cards have been produced either before now, or their cards have been produced along with the CVR. So those who have done the needful, they did it in good time, they are getting their cards. But if you do it now, I am afraid that it is fairly late.
So what about the voters register? Are you already giving them to the candidates beg your pardon, the political parties to begin to look through if you say that you have the register already?
We are going to be publishing this register on Tuesday. And when that is done, every party will be given a copy of the entire national register. They have the opportunity to go through it. Tuesday is January 13. That is still a month before elections. They have the opportunity to interrogate the register and take issues if they have any issues to take. So that is the whole point of issuing the register. And that is why it is really unfortunate if on election day some people begin to make claims about the register when they had the opportunity of about a month to check it out.
Well, Victor here says he obtained his TVC in Asaba, but lost it when he traveled to Benue. How can he get his PVC?
He has to apply for a replacement. But again, you see, I hope that he did that a little while before now, because we are talking of publishing the voter register. But in this case, he can still go ahead to apply, really, because what that means is that his name is already in the register, so he can go ahead to apply. Still, what the law provides for you is that you apply for a replacement. Now, you will be issued another card. It will be branded duplicate. That is, the law provides that should be done on it, but you will be given another card when you apply.
Is there any plan? Because there are those who are saying, in fact, they sound categorical that maybe if this challenge continues, INEC will change and say, okay, well, you could vote with the PVC and the TVC. Is that going to happen, or is it just going to be strictly with the permanent voter cards?
As I speak with you, it is strictly with the permanent voter card. Because you see, again, we should be wary of these advocacies. Because clearly some people are in dread of what the commission has planned or what the commission is planning to do with the permanent voter card and card readers. They know it is the death knell, effective death knell of any attempt to manipulate elections. And so there's also this desperation to seek to abort it or to seek to stall it and stuff like that. The commission is focused on going ahead because we believe that the country deserves to be rated among the countries in the world where you have the most credible elections.
All right, Kaide, thank you very much indeed for speaking with us today on Sunrise Daily.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go away. Yeah, I had to just clear that out. And just going through some comments here. Let's see, let's wait for them. Olufemi sent this one talking about elections in the northeast side. Voting from your phones in this area where education is at its lowest, he thinks it's cheap talk.
Obaya believes if more security personnel are deployed there and given good weapons, there will be smooth running of elections there.
Well, got one, yeah, got Spar. The major threat still remains the incidence of suicide bombings.
Okay, so that's it today. Thank you again for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm Chamberlain Uso.
Well, thank you. I'm Maokwe Ogun.
Well, many thanks. I'm Sulaiman Alede.
Bye-bye.